Hey, Etienne here at the Korg. It's like a festival tent here, right?
The usual igloo.
Yeah, that's right.
Year,
I'm so from saying. I remember I specifically spoke to somebody this year. They said no, they won't have much at Superbooth, and yet here we are. So what are we looking at here?
Okay, so here we have a product on the new side brand of Korg, which is called New Tekt, which is focused on DIY kits. This one specifically is a digital synthesizer kit that you can assemble without any soldering. So it's sold as two PCBs that you kind of break and put together and screw together.
It looks a bit like that dev board, the SDK dev board.
Yes, it's a bit in the evolution of the dev board combined with the new Tekt brand with the DIY kits. And so, yeah, its common side with the dev board is that it's got the custom oscillator engine, it's got the custom modulation effects and custom delay.
You can load
your own, and it's using the same SDK as the Prologue and the Prologue and XD.
So you can write your own using this as well.
Yes, exactly.
So it is effectively, it's people who couldn't get the SDK, they could buy this and then do.
This will be the cheapest point of entry to get to play with the SDK and build your own stuff.
It's right back to the monotrons and all the back there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also quite in the family of the monotron. It's got the same sensor here from the monotribe and monotron.
Okay.
And the form factor also is reminiscent from that.
So it's basically got the digital. So can we? Is it making a noise?
Yeah, we can look at the block diagram here. Maybe that will guide us. So the oscillator, there's four built-in oscillators, which are actually based on the Prologue and Prologue XD oscillators. They're emulation, software emulations.
So there's not four oscillators per voice. It's just four types.
Yeah, there's one voice. It's single voice, and we have sawtooth, triangle, and square, which are emulated from the Prologue and Prologue.
Yeah.
So with the same wave shaping as on these other synths.
Okay,
and there's also a simplified version of the variable phase modulation oscillator.
Oh, sweet.
And so we can look here, tri, square, VPM. And then if you go further, then you go into the custom oscillator slots. And by default, you get the Waves custom oscillator, which is shipped with the Prologue, the same one, yeah.
The XD, yeah.
So, and from there, actually, anything that you load in the custom oscillator slots will show up here.
Has it got 16 slots?
It's got 16 slots like the other one.
Oh, cool.
So,
okay.
And yeah.
Make a noise. Right, so you've got the same three shape type. And presumably the buttons just change the functions of the.
Yes, in the case of the oscillator, this button is the shape knob and will affect the wave shaping just like on the Prologue and the Prologue. In the case of the VPM, this will be the modulation amount for the FM. And in the case of waves and custom oscillators, then it's dependent on that oscillator. So
it's very cute. I mean, so is the filter, is that digital as well, or is that?
Yes, that's completely digital. The filter is actually fixed, so that's not like an SDK that you can load your own filters and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
It's a fixed filter. It's got multiple modes, so low pass, band pass, high pass, and each with 2 and 4 pole modes. And it's self-oscillating. Yeah.
Right, interesting. Digital filter.
Yeah, and you get an analog model envelope generator with multiple modes too, a DSR with fixed decay and sustain, AHR and AR, a looping AR also, which allows you.
It's quite deep then, really.
Yeah, you can play a lot with it.
Is there an editor? Because I mean, I imagine after a long session sound designing for this, you might get a little bit tired of.
There's no editor for this, so and it doesn't kind of remember what you've done. When you boot, it's a blank slate.
So, yeah. Okay.
There's also for each of the oscillator filter and EG, there's an LFO layer too. So you can modulate either the pitch or the shape. You can modulate the filter with ramps, so you can get like these acidy lines by sweeping the filter.
And are the effects the same? So it's 3 at once, or
this one, yes, it's 3 at once.
modulation same
effects,
like the XD, right?
Same like the SD. There's one restriction with the custom effects though. You can only have one custom delay or reverb at once.
Right. Okay.
So, but you
that's
can
just
combine
the amount of memory that you've got to work with, presumably.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is presumably going to be hitting the streets, and what sort of price is it going to be?
The price, I mean, it's not fixed yet, but it's definitely going to be cheaper than a Volca. So we're talking about that range.
Sub $100, sort of
aiming towards, something like that, yeah.
And so when's it going to be going? When are you expecting to see it?
This expecting towards fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.